And welcome to week number, I think week number 7 are we on now, I think? Week number 7 of the pub quiz. Welcome everyone. And this is potentially the last pub quiz of the year. I mentioned on Facebook today, I mentioned it probably be the last one. But I've had some consideration, and I think possibly if people enjoy it so much and say they want to keep the quiz going, then I am happy to, carry on doing it, for the next few weeks or so. At least while we're still all in lockdown. So, because the reason why I chose to give up, from next week was the fact that I return to work next week full time, so I'll have less time to prepare the quizzes, and so that was the reason behind it, really. But then I've had some good responses from people saying, to carry it on, and saying that it's the highlight of the Saturday, highlight of their Saturday night, and said that they really enjoy it, and I think with the aim to raise £1,000 as well in the end, I think to try and carry on and to see if we can reach, that milestone, or reach near enough that milestone. I mean, to reach this amount of money already so far, it's pretty crazy. I noticed another donation today from someone, £30. That was, I think it was Jackie, I think. So thank you for that. Yeah, we'll get started in about 5 minutes time. There's no theme for this week's quiz. It's just different rounds. I decided to change up a little bit. So we've got we've got 5 rounds really, actually, but one's a music round that I do every week. I do a music round every week. There's 10 songs played for you guys. The first round though this week will be geography, then it's history, then it's science and nature, and then it's just general knowledge on the last 10. So there's sort of like 4 rounds plus music sort of thing. So you could call it 5 rounds, but I suppose so. The format I've changed over the last few weeks. The original format was 40 general knowledge questions, then 10 music round questions, and then last week and the week before I did some themes. So yeah. And if you want to go watch those, want to go back and watch them, I can always, I think, make it so it's private, so you guys can go back and watch it, because we'll be playing songs in the live stream. YouTube says that they're copyrighted songs, and you can't replay them. Basically, they're banned in certain countries and whatnot. So hopefully everyone is joining the stream right now. Now again, I think it happened last week where it wasn't showing me the number of viewers I can see in the chat. So I've just seen a few messages. So hello everyone. Hello. But yeah, it's been a bit funny with me again for some reason. So but yeah, we'll get started in a few minutes. Anyone who's joining us for the first time tonight, first of all, where have you been for the last 7 weeks or so? But yeah, the idea is all you need is a pen and paper or something to write down your answers on, and that's about it really. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a beer or gin, vodka, whatever you fancy. Get some snacks, get comfortable, and yeah, so we'll get started in a few minutes time. Hopefully everyone is ready. This week, I think the questions are a little bit easier this week compared to last week. Last week was they were quite a stretch. Trying to get all those questions in there, all 40 questions about summer. So this week, I think, is going to be a lot easier. I think. I mean, there's still a mixture of easy and hard questions, but I think there's a majority of them a lot easier this week. So hopefully we're all prepared. So yeah, make sure you share the stream to your friends and family, because you can either play alone or you can play along with friends and family, compete against them, sort of thing. Let them know. Yeah, yeah, so hopefully if I get good response from now on with these quizzes, I think I will continue them. I mean, I've already had a good response for going live tonight, so hopefully the response is good. So, because I mean, to be fair, I do quite enjoy them. You know, it is quite fun to host. I've sort of after the first week, after the nerves of the first week, I do quite enjoy doing this sort of thing. So, and until we can actually go to a real pub, I thought I'd bring you guys to my pub, I guess. You know, for the next few weeks. So we'll get started in just a minute. Anyone just joining, I will let you know that it's 5 different rounds. So we got first round being geography questions, then history, science and nature, general knowledge, and then music. And we'll do the first 2 rounds, then go on to music, then back to the other 2 rounds, and then do a recap at the end of the music and all the questions. So hello everyone joining. It's nearly 8 o'clock. There we go. It's just 8 o'clock on my end. So let's get the questions up on screen, and I think we're all good to go. So question number 1 is, what is Britain's largest national park? What is Britain's largest national park? Question number 2. Which motorway connects Edinburgh and Glasgow? Which motorway connects Edinburgh and Glasgow? Question number 3. In which city would you find the Charles Bridge? In which city would you find the Charles Bridge? Question number 4. What is the only major city located on 2 continents? What is the only major city located on 2 continents? Question number 5. Cuba is less than 100 miles away from what US state? Cuba is less than 100 miles away from what US state? Question number 6. What is the smallest country in the world? What is the smallest country in the world? Question number 7. What is the state capital of Oklahoma? What is the state capital of Oklahoma? Question number 8. On the London Underground, which is the only station to begin with the letter I? On the London Underground, which is the only station to begin with the letter I? Question number 9. What is the capital of Poland? What is the capital of Poland? Question number 10. Now this, I had to research pronunciation, and I think I'm going to get this right. Abertawe is the Welsh name for which city? So Abertawe is the Welsh name for which city? It could be Abertawe. I suppose if you know Welsh, you'll know this one. So, moving on to the next round. So those were all your geography questions. Now moving on to the history round. So question number 11, start of the history round. Who discovered penicillin? Who discovered penicillin? Question number 12. What year was the Magna Carta signed? What year was the Magna Carta signed? '13. When did the Korean War end? When did the Korean War end? Question 14. Who was the second president of the United States? Who was the second president of the United States? Question 15. Which British archaeologist discovered Tutankhamun's tomb? Which British archaeologist discovered Tutankhamun's tomb? That same word got me the week when I tried to pronounce it in an Indiana Jones question. Archaeologist. Question number 16. Who shot Abraham Lincoln? Who shot Abraham Lincoln? Question 17. Who is the youngest Prime Minister in British history? Who is the youngest Prime Minister in British history? Question number 18. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? Who was Henry VIII's last wife? Question number 19. What colour were the pyramids of Giza originally, or at Giza? What colour were the pyramids at Giza originally? And question number 20. Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? And that is your first 20 questions for this evening. We'll have a quick break, only a short one, about 1 or 2 minutes long, and then we'll move on to the music questions, and then back on to the other 20 questions. So, back in just a second. And we're back from that short break. Now we move on to the music round, where I'll play 10 songs for you. Roughly about the first 10 seconds of each song. So let's get started. Song number 1. Song number 1 is, let me just make sure the sound's actually on. Song number 1 is this. Song number 2. Song number 3.
Saturday morning, jumped out of bed and put on my best suit. Got in my car, raced like a jet.
Song number 4. Song number 5. Song number 6.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Song number 7.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her finger and her thumb.
Song number 8. Song number 9. And song number 10. Those are your 10 songs, and we'll move over to the general knowledge questions. Well, it's science and nature first, and then general knowledge questions. But you know, so let me just get them up on the screen. 1 second. So this is back to the other questions. 21 it'll be. This is science and nature. So here we go. So 21, how many hearts do octopuses have? How many hearts do octopuses have? "22. What is a collective group? Oh, sorry. There's a collective name for a group of crows? What is a collective name for a group of crows? "23. Arachnophobia is a fear of what? Arachnophobia is the fear of what? 24. Humans and chimpanzees share roughly how much DNA? As a percentage, that is. I want the answer in a percentage. So humans and chimpanzees share roughly how much DNA in a percentage, that is. $25. On the periodic table, what symbol stands for silver? On the periodic table, what symbol stands for silver? And just to interrupt, I've just seen on the news that the SpaceX flight will be taking off very soon. So tonight we'll see that over the UK, apparently. Then it's 5-minute countdown. Question 26. Yeah, back to the quiz now, sorry guys. What disease can you get from ticks? What disease can you get from ticks? $27. In computer science, what does USB stand for? In computer science, what does USB stand for? $28. For which animal is the Latin word lupine used? For which animal is the Latin word lupine used? $29. Which planet has the most moons? So which planet in our solar system, that is. Which planet has the most moons? What is the lightest metal? What is the lightest metal? And moving on to the last 10, which is just general knowledge questions, mixture of everything really. 31. What alcohol do you traditionally use to flame a Christmas pudding? What alcohol do you traditionally use to flame a Christmas pudding? $32. What is a baby kangaroo called? What is a baby kangaroo called? $33. How many teeth does an adult human have? How many teeth does an adult human have? 34. How many legs does a lobster have? How many legs does a lobster have? $35. Which is the only venomous snake native to the UK? Which is the only venomous snake native to the UK? $36. What is the name of the Greek dip consisting of yogurt and cucumber? What is the name of the Greek dip consisting of yogurt and cucumber? $37. In which English county is the town of Stevenage? In which English county is the town of Stevenage? $38. Which year was the Premier League founded? Which year was the Premier League founded? $39. In the film The Lion King, what kind of animal is Timon? In the film The Lion King, what kind of animal is Timon? Question 40. What is the proper term for your funny bone? What is the proper term for your funny bone? So those are your 40 questions in total. We'll move back to the music round in just a minute. Let me get those on screen again. 1 second. And after this we'll have a break where I show all the questions on screen for you guys to see. So, oops, there we go. So, song number 1, again, we have got, let's make sure it's on the sound, there we go. Song number 1 is this. Song number 2.
I did my best to notice when the call came down the line.
Song number 3.
Saturday morning, jumped out of bed and put on my best suit. Got in my car and raced like a jet.
Song number 4. Song number 5. Song number 6.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Song number 7.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of dumb with her.
Song number 8. Song number 9. And song number 10. So those are your 10 songs repeated, and now I'll go on a longer break now, and I'll have all the questions on screen, so make sure they're all on. 1 second. Right, I'll make sure. 1 second. That's on screen, and I'm going to hide myself. And there is the break for you, and there are your 40 questions. So I'll get the answers up just now. Let me just hide this a minute and get them up for you. Hopefully got an answer for everything. So let's start off with 1 second. First question. Get it on screen. 1 minute. There we go. So, question number 1 was, what is Britain's largest national park? It is the Cairngorms. The Cairngorms National Park. Question number 2 was, which motorway connects Edinburgh and Glasgow? That was the M8. Number 3. In which city would you find the Charles Bridge? It is Prague. What is the only major city located on 2 continents? It is Istanbul, located in Europe and in Asia. Number 5. Cuba is less than 100 miles away from what US state? It is Florida. A lot of Cubans live in Florida. Number 6. What is the smallest country in the world? It is the Vatican City. Number 7. What is the state capital of Oklahoma? It is Oklahoma City. Number 8. On the London Underground, which is the only station to begin with the letter I? It is Ickenham. Number 9. What is the capital of Poland? It is Warsaw. Number 10. Abertaway, or Abertaway, is the Welsh name for which city? It is Swansea. Number 11. Who discovered penicillin? It is Alexander Fleming. Number 12. What year was the Magna Carta signed? It was 1215. Number 13. When did the Korean War end? It didn't. So there was a peace treaty, I suppose you could call it. I'm not sure the official name is for it. Yeah, they agreed on peace, but yeah, the war actually hasn't ended, so it never ended. Number 14. Who was the second president of the United States? It was John Adams, John Quincy Adams, after George Washington. 15. Which British archaeologist discovered Tutankhamun's tomb? It was Harold Carter. 16. Who shot Abraham Lincoln? It was John Wilkes Booth. Number 17. Who is the youngest Prime Minister in British history? It is William Pitt the Younger. Number 18. Who was Henry VIII's last wife? It was Catherine Parr. She survived about 4 years after he died. Number 19. What colour were the pyramids at Giza originally? They were white. Number 20. Which English king died in 1066, leaving no heir to the throne? It was Edward the Confessor, who lost in a battle with William the Conqueror. 21. How many hearts do octopuses have? It is 3. 22. What is the collective name for a group of crows? It's a murder of crows. 23. Arachnophobia is the fear of what? Fear of spiders. 24. Humans and chimpanzees share roughly how much DNA? 99%. On the periodic table, what symbol stands for silver? It's Ag. 26. What disease can you get from ticks? Lyme disease. 27. In computer science, what does USB stand for? It is Universal Serial Bus. 28. For which animal is the Latin word lupine used? It's wolf. If you've seen Harry Potter, you know Professor Lupin, he turns into a wolf. So, lupin, lupine. Also, French, the word loup is wolf. So, 29. Which planet has the most moons? It is Jupiter, which I think has like, I think they've now classified like 80 moons or something ridiculous. It's crazy. 30. What is the lightest metal? It is lithium, that you found in your batteries, like phone batteries and laptop batteries. It's the lightest metal. 31. What alcohol do you traditionally use to flavour Christmas pudding? It is brandy. Although nowadays people use other stuff. I think whiskey is also used, I think, possibly. And I think people even, I read, use vodka as well. So, but brandy is the traditional alcohol. So, 32. What is a baby kangaroo called? It is Joey. 33. How many teeth does an adult human have? 32. 34. How many legs does a lobster have? 8. 35. Which is the only venomous snake native to the UK? It is black adder. 36. What is the name of the Greek dip consisting of yogurt and cucumber? It is tzatziki. 37. In which English county is the town of Stevenage? It is Hertfordshire. 38. Which year was the Premier League founded? It was 1992. 39. In which film? In the film The Lion King, what kind of animal is Timon? It is a meerkat. And number 40. What is the proper term for your funny bone? Funny bone. Wow, I went Yorkshire accent then. Funny bone. Ulnar nerve. It's the ulnar nerve. The funny bone then. Funny bone. Yeah. Moving on to the music round. There's a point for the artist and point for the song title. First one, song number 1 was Haven't Met You Yet by Michael Bublé. Or Michael Bubble. Song number 2 was Human by The Killers. So Are We Human or Are We Dancer? Song number 3 was Rude by Magic. That was a hit song a few years ago. Number 4 was Just Can't Get Enough by Depeche Mode. Song number 5 was Baba O'Reilly, The Who. Song number 6 was You Can't Touch This by MC Hammer. Number 7 was All Star by Smash Mouth. Song number 8 was The Boys Are Back in Town by Thin Lizzy. Song number 9 was Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. And song number 10 was My Girl by The Temptations. So, there are all your answers. Make sure you add them all up. Let us know what you got in the comments. If you've got a YouTube account, you can post it in the comments and I'll read it out on the stream. So you gets the highest, and then of course you can always post it on Facebook. I've seen in the previous week people have posted on Facebook and other places as well. You can contact me as well, or contact your friends. So yeah, that's the end of the quiz. Thank you everyone for taking part in this quiz. I think based on the reaction from people saying they want the quiz to continue, I think I will continue it up until lockdown is like fully over, which, you know, not sure when that'll be, but yeah. So the next few weeks or so, I can see maybe that we carry on doing these quizzes, I suppose. You know, and the original target was to try and hit £1,000 raised. So yeah, yeah. Thanks to everyone who has donated. Anyway, I know most of you in here, if not all of you, have donated. So thank you very much for that. Just want to wait for the answers to come through. Wait for the answer totals, so to say, come through. So let's see what people got. for you guys to catch up, because my stream, I'm about, say, 20 seconds ahead of you guys. Got 27, 45. There's 2 already. Got another donation as well here, another £10 donation. Not sure who it was, though. It says anonymous on Just Giving. Just so you guys are aware that when you go to donate, you can actually show your name. There's a thing to say don't show your name, and you can click the box and it will say you can show your name. So it means if I see it there, I can read it out to you. So some of you, I can read out what you've got, sort of thing. Sorry, not what you've got. Sorry, the donation amount. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the scores as well as look at the Just Giving donation page as well. So so far I'm only seeing 2 totals from people, although it could be my YouTube account, it could be my end being a bit funny. So let me just refresh the stream. Oh no, it's still 2 answers according to my end. So whether you guys are still just totting up your scores, I don't know, but yeah, YouTube's been a bit funny with me the last 2 weeks. 38, 34. So high score still is 45, with an average of 44. Nice, nice. I think the average this week will, let's have a look, roughly the mid 30s maybe. About 35 being the average, I'd say. Maybe a bit higher than, I'd say maybe 37, 38. Based on the high score and the low score, I suppose. I think that's all the scores for today, at least on YouTube. So anyone else who hasn't got a YouTube account, you can always comment on Facebook and tell your friends about it. And that's all I have to say, really. So, like I said, I think I will carry on with the quiz next week, I suppose. So I guess I'll see you guys same time next week with more questions and more songs. So thank you all tonight for taking part, and goodbye.